The human body is a magnificent machine. Our anatomy is the result of millennia of adaptation to the changing environment of Earth, which has turned us into one of the most complex life forms. And while advances in medicine over the past centuries have allowed us to explore the nature of the human organism in detail, we never stop discovering new components and processes within our bodies. Some of those constituents, moreover, would never have been thought to exist in previous times. From explosive elements to cosmic stuff, here you will be presented with some of the strangest, most amazing, and largely unknown things that make up your body. Number 5. Alcohol. Alcoholic beverages are among the most consumed drinks in the world. Such is the case that currently, about 36 billion liters (9.5 billion gallons) of alcohol are consumed every year around the world, enough to fill more than 14,000 Olympic pools. So it is clear that alcohol and human beings are closely linked to each other. In fact, they seem to be so linked that the human body produces its own alcohol at all times. Ethanol is a naturally occurring type of alcohol, created after fermentation of organic materials, and is the alcohol present in alcoholic beverages. In the human body, bacterial populations in the mouth and intestines are capable of producing ethanol endogenously. To do that, bacteria and yeast cause the fermentation of carbohydrates such as sugar in the gastrointestinal tract. This process generates small amounts of ethanol, which is subsequently introduced into the bloodstream. According to multiple studies, a healthy and sober person generally has up to 0.8 milligrams of endogenous ethanol per liter, 0.26 gallons, of blood. Methanol, another type of alcohol, has also been detected in human blood in concentrations of 0.6 milligrams per liter. Fortunately, these values are too small to be easily detected in the blood and cause legal problems to the person. But some people do not have it that easy, especially those suffering from conditions such as the so-called auto-brewery syndrome (ABS). Under such conditions, an individual's digestive system is overpopulated with fermentation-producing bacteria and fungi, which can make huge amounts of alcohol from sugar-rich foods. People with ABS can have more than 4 grams (0.14 ounces) of alcohol per liter of blood, to the point of always being drunk without drinking any alcoholic beverage. Number 4. Ozone. Ozone is an unstable substance. Being composed of 3 oxygen atoms, ozone tends to disintegrate into simpler molecules in minutes. For that reason, the ozone gas in the atmosphere must be continuously replenished and would decrease until almost disappearing if it were not for certain ozone-producing sources. Ultraviolet radiation, thunderstorms and human activities produce most of the ozone present on Earth. But your body also contributes to it. Nearly 2 decades ago, scientists discovered that the human body's immune system produces ozone as a way to fight biological threats. Our bodies contain a type of cells called neutrophils, white blood cells coated with antibodies, which travel through the body to eliminate infectious bacteria and fungi. To do their job, neutrophils feed their antibodies with high-energy oxygen molecules. The antibodies then transform such molecules into ozone, which is useful for eliminating invasive bacteria. Neutrophils engulf the foreign microorganisms and bombard them with the newly created ozone molecules to destroy them. Since almost 3/4 of our body's white blood cells are neutrophils, the amount of molecular ozone produced in each person is significant enough. However, this is not a good thing. Ozone in large concentrations is harmful. At 25 kilometers (15.5 miles) above Earth, ozone composes a gas layer that protects Earth's life from solar radiation. But near the ground, ozone contributes to air pollution, being one of the main components of the so-called smog. And in the human body, ozone breaks down cholesterol, creating toxic molecules that accelerate the development of diseases such as atherosclerosis and arthritis. Number 3. Cyanide. For humans, cyanide is an extremely toxic chemical compound. It kills in a short time by preventing cellular respiration in the organism. Cyanide's lethality is more than proven. It has been used as a chemical weapon to kill countless people over the centuries. For that reason, it is surprising to know that cyanide exists naturally within the human body itself. Various concentrations of cyanide enter our bodies every day, since the chemical is present in the air, water and food we eat. In fact, foods such as apples and spinach are carriers of cyanide. But there is no need to panic, such concentrations are extremely small, in the order of a few micrograms per plant. For the record, a microgram equals 1/1,000,000th of a gram. In contrast, an intake of 0.1 grams of cyanide is necessary to kill a 70 kg, 154 pound average person. Cyanide is also produced by our bodies. For example, chemical processes in saliva lead to the creation of cyanide gas inside our throats, which is then expelled by breathing. It is estimated that, at any given time, a healthy person can contain up to 50 micrograms of cyanide per 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, of tissue. But such compound does not accumulate inside our bodies. Most of it is processed in the liver, and excreted in the urine. Another part is converted into carbon dioxide by our lungs, and like the aforementioned cyanide gas, it is released with each breath. The processes behind the absorption, production and detoxification of cyanide in the human organism are quite complex. So we must thank our bodies for silently freeing ourselves from such a lethal poison. Number 2, radioactive elements. Any type of radiation in excessive amounts is harmful to humans. For example, even if ultraviolet radiation is not trying to burn our skin, the background radiation found everywhere will be pushing us to get cancer anyway. But did you know that some radioactive materials also inhabit our interior? A radioactive element found inside our bodies is thorium, a heavy metal used in electronic devices. While we ingest small amounts of thorium daily through food and water, it usually leaves the organism in a matter of days. Another of the most infamous substances we carry is uranium. It is a heavy, highly radioactive element that exists naturally across the entire planet. Its biggest uses, as you may know, have been in nuclear reactors and weapons of mass destruction. Studies indicate that an average adult person contains 22 micrograms of uranium in their body, and can ingest about 5 micrograms daily. The biggest sources of uranium intake are food, especially unwashed vegetables, and water. Once inside the body, uranium can enter the bloodstream and deposit in various organs, staying there for a few months until being expelled from the body. 2/3 of the uranium consumed is deposited in our bones. We should also mention potassium-40, a radioactive isotope of the potassium element that we ingest through many foods, but which is beneficial for the human body nevertheless. As you can see, we are pretty radioactive. But do not be alarmed, it is unlikely that you will trigger a nuclear explosion just by sneezing. Number 1, precious metals. Not everything in your body has to be dangerous or radioactive, though. There are also precious elements inside you that make you economically valuable by nature. Even so, it is not advisable that you try to get them out of your body to sell them. First, we have gold. Most of the gold in an average person is in their blood, with gold accounting for 0.02% of it. In total, the human body contains 0.2 milligrams of gold, enough to make a cube of pure gold with a size of 0.22 millimeters, 0.008 inches. We also contain silver, another precious metal of low toxicity for human beings. An average person consumes up to 88 micrograms of silver a day, a weight equivalent to that of a few sand grains, but that is too little to be valuable, right? Well, researchers have found that human feces also contain gold particles and other expensive metals. 1 kilogram (2.2 pounds) of human waste could contain a maximum of 4 grams (0.14 ounces) of copper, silver, vanadium, and gold. In view of this, it has been estimated that the waste of 1 million people could be worth $13 million, so even while you did not know it, your body has constantly been a money-making machine. The problem, of course, is to mine your own precious metals to make a profit from them, since you might have to resort to some nasty methods to extract them. Kindly like, comment, share and also subscribe this YouTube channel. Thank you.